I'm gonna teach. If you live by the lake's pretty much in your backyard or front. So we're home to a lot of aquatic fowl, a lot of water birds, and you're probably familiar with some of these birds. First, we're going to talk about gulls. You either love them or hate them. A lot of people just hate them. They're pretty much the rats of the sky. I find them quite enjoyable. Seagulls are common seabirds related to terns and skimmers. They're rather long-living birds and have a diet similar to the average American. But, European gulls are probably eating better. Traditionally, they would be eating fish, mollusks, sometimes small birds. And with a jaw that unhinges, they can be seen eating anything nowadays, from like hot dogs to you've seen the videos. They do a behavior called mobbing, which is something that birds do to ward off predators. It's like a mob of birds. There's one eagle and there's like 5 blue jays or gulls here. They're all attacking this one bird and he's like, nah, I'm gone. So that's what mobbing is. Let's go over some specific gulls. The herring gull is a common sight on the eastern coast, and it can be seen bait fishing. A few specimens have been observed floating bread on water and then catching the fish that eat the bread. They hunt insects, often like catching them in their wings and just eating them out of their wings. Terns are in the same family as seagulls but have a lighter and slimmer build. Most species have a black cap on their head except for a few. The males and females are identical to each other, and just like gulls, they nest in large colonies, often mixing with other terns and other seabirds. The Caspian tern is the largest and most easily recognizable with its large knife-like bill. It's a bright red bill. It favors both saltwater and freshwater, and it feeds on mostly fish. The Caspian tern does extraordinary air shows reaching very high in the sky. They can be heard at night, and they also migrate at night. Foster's tern is another tern. These terns fly above shallow waters and just look for little fishes. In the 1800s, this tern was a popular tern to be stuffed and then put on hats, and women would wear them in the 1800s. It was a popular thing. The heron is a long-necked freshwater and coastal bird with 72 recognized species that include egrets and bitterns. They are small to large birds with long necks that are able to kink in an S shape. The great blue heron is the largest of the American herons, and they hunt by slowly stalking fish in shallow water or open fields. And there's even an all-white subspecies that can be found in Florida. The egret is one of the most beautiful and elegant herons with a beautiful white plumage and yellow feet. They hunt just like herons, but most of them prefer the sit and wait strat. Some herons prefer to do their feeding at night, just like the black-crowned night heron. This heron does most of his hunting primarily at night and can be seen nesting with other herons. Pelicans. We actually only have one pelican in Ohio, the American white pelican. It is one of the largest birds in America with a wingspan of 7 to 8 feet. Groups of pelicans can be seen herding fish in water to make some easy catchings. If you ever seen dolphin do that, they're essentially doing the same thing but above water while flying. In movies and TV shows and many cartoons like Finding Nemo, pelicans are seen holding fish in their pouches. This is actually not what they do. They just swallow the fish. They're not, holding it and letting it talk to its lost child. Sorry, Nemo. Fun fact, American white pelican embryos can squawk in the egg. Pelicans can often be seen nesting with this next bird. The double-crested cormorant is a loon goose-like bird that's actually related to boobies and freight birds. You can often see them drying their wings. They'll just be spread out on a rock you can see them. That's what they do most of their day. They're expert divers catching fish underwater, and they nest with pretty much anything from ropes, plastic, metal, balloons. They also are, a lot of birds do this actually, they have a problem with thinking that rocks are their eggs, and they'll just raise the rocks. Go back to Canada, that's what I think. Anyways, that was this video, a little short video for you about the birds. Roll the outro music. I said shout mellow. We got smoke pre-rolls. Patrick, we got shaded perennials over here, full sun out. Full fucking sun for the shaded perennials.